Danielle Dax has said recently that she's fed up of not getting the recognition she deserves in Britain, even though she has an enormous following elsewhere. However, her new single, White Knuckle Ride, should soon rectify all this.
Kind of disappointed because you always want to be respected in your home territory, as it were. But I think there's a lot of truth in the sort of adage that familiarity breeds contempt, and that most people are never really appreciated in their home country or their hometown. And I think that's why possibly bands that come, say, from America get a lot of coverage in the media over here, whereas if they came from Leeds or Newcastle or maybe Scotland, it wouldn't be the same way. I've always felt that I had to have a reason to be here. And I always like to have physical results for my time spent somewhere or existing or whatever. So if it's not artwork or music, maybe I like to write like lyrics or my diary or whatever. But I could never exist solely on a kind of decadent, time-wasting level at all. I always have to do things and have plans and keep busy. I would like to produce music which would create in other people the same feelings I had, say, as a teenager when I first started buying records. There were certain things which became very sacred and meant a lot and still nostalgically hold a lot of value for me. And I think that that's very flattering when other people hear what you do and identify with it in some way and pick up on the emotional aspect of it. Really, that gives me a lot of satisfaction too.
You've said in the past that you're sort of interested in extremes and in excess in a way. Do you think that you are quite an obsessive person?
Yes, yes. I think that I would have to be to carry on doing this, and certainly to have begun the way I did begin without any training, any knowledge about music, technically or in the way that music works as an art form. I have been totally obsessive all the time, because once I discovered it, I realised it was what I wanted to do so badly that I had to really teach myself from everything from the word go. And I don't think unless you really care for something, you could carry on doing that. I had 5 years of really bad poverty and ill health because of the situation I was in, because I was so poor. I had a thing called ME, which I caught because I was allergic to the environment I lived in, because it had dry rot and fungus and everything else you can possibly imagine. So it hasn't been easy at all. And also, you know, I've been put down a lot. I've had to really struggle to get as far as I have. And there is still a lot of prejudice in the business too, so it's not been easy. I think possibly because I've never really been trendy. I've never had that initial... The music press over here, apart from radio, if you can't get into Radio 1 programming, which if you're a bit left field is practically impossible, you need the press so much. And as I said really earlier on, they do tend to be more biased towards giving coverage to foreign acts than people that come from over here. So it's been difficult from that point of view. But like I said, I do have a very large following over here. It's simply no one's really aware of it apart from those people. In the same way that maybe, I don't know, I can't think of their names. New Model Army or somebody might have. They don't get that much coverage, but they still sell lots and lots of records and stuff. So it's just how you're perceived in the media, and also things because things over here are much more trend-oriented. So and that doesn't really happen anywhere else in other countries so much.
Do you think that, in a way, then, they're quite careerist at all, or not?
More survivalist, I think. I think when I started, I probably wasn't. I was very naive, and I really thought you could do very pure art forms and simply exist by doing either music or painting in a fairly extreme way, because I do have, as you mentioned earlier, I do have extreme tastes. And I suppose now I probably am careerist, because it's very easy to become ghettoised, to become a cult figure who only plays to a certain number of people all the time. It's a very safe kind of existence. I could bring out records and sell a few thousand, mainly probably exported to Japan, of experimental music or whatever. But I want more than that. I want to travel and I want to play to lots of people, and I need to do that too, because I've already experienced the other things. I always want to move on and change and have new experiences.